Happy Sunday, everybody. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. I'm going to show you something right off the bat. Okay, that is absolutely just heartbreaking and brutal if you're in the collectible world, the physical collectible world. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to getting into the NFT space and digital collecting. You know, one of the reasons, just one of the many reasons that being here in Veve is a good idea moving forward, because I've dealt with this kind of stuff a lot. Now, this is not mine. This is just something that was posted. But if you follow the Collectible Guru on Twitter, very big Twitter account, you know, amazing Twitter account with a great collector who does tons of giveaways and all sorts of stuff. And this is a post that came out, and check out this absolute tragedy that happens in the physical collecting world. It will never happen in Veve, but it will happen here. Look at this. Just one of the many reasons why I'm going 50% digital with collecting. Veve fam and all that. This sucks for the buyer and the seller, and also just for the historic card itself. Now, if you don't know what you're looking at right here, this is a Michael Jordan rookie card from 1986. Fleer, okay? Graded, supposed to be protected, and absolutely crushed in the mail. Look at that. Totally destroyed. And it's just the worst thing that you could ever imagine. Now, this, of course, does not happen very often. You know, well, it does, but it doesn't happen like enough that people, you know, it's a huge concern. You know, it's not like you have to worry about this all the time. But if I do sell one of my, like if I'm into comics and vintage toys and all sorts of, and collectibles online and stuff like that, I'm sorry, in the physical world, and I have a big collection, and I did and do and all that stuff. You see all the stuff behind me, and I ran my store and all that stuff, my business, you know. If I wanted to send somebody something, and recently I've sold some big Star Wars toys to help me, in all sorts of areas, just ones that I've had, where I have doubles of them and I've, over the time, and I'm raising some funds for Veve and things like that. And also just, for profiting for life and moving into other collectibles too. I've had to send them in the mail, right? And when you send something like this in the mail, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, the post offices, like in Canada, and when I send stuff to the States, usually like 95% of the time it gets there unscathed. But sometimes, this kind of tragedy happens, and this will never happen in the digital space. So this is just one tiny reason that I'm into Veve for sure. And I just wanted to share that tweet with you right there. And it's from the Collectibles Guru. Now, if you go to the Collectibles Guru, now I'm not connected to him in any way at all, right? I've never met him or anything like that, but it's a very good Twitter feed. And, he's got like 60,000 followers. So he does a lot of really cool, fun stuff with sports cards and stuff. I mean, look at this Giannis card here, went for $187,000, stuff like that. And so like, I like to follow, I follow lots of collectors in the physical space, but he asked a question a little while ago. If you scroll down right here, check this out. This was another interesting one I wanted to bring up for you guys, because it's a way for us, in the digital space to help people who aren't in the space kind of get more involved. And you can see that he tweeted here a couple days ago, or like yesterday, actually. If you had to hold for 5+ years, which one would you pick? And you have Amazing Fantasy 15. Now, this is a physical copy, CGC 5.5, which is around $100,000. Okay, so this is the physical one. Or a CryptoPunk, which is about the same price, right? Just one on the floor, right? So you got that, okay, and you got that. Now, I would pick this, okay? Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I would pick this 100% of the time, 7 days a week. I got nothing against the CryptoPunks. I mean, they're historic. They're huge value, and they are what they are, right? For sure. But I would pick the Amazing Fantasy. But here's the funny thing, and we can thank a few people in the comment section, because if you scroll down here, Veve Digital Collectible.eth, we all know them. We know you. We all know you. You're awesome. They're like, hey, how about the ones on Veve, right? Now, this is what you do, right? If you follow a lot of these physical collectors and collectible, stuff on Twitter and stuff like that, you can actually communicate, and you can actually get in tap with some of their audience and let them know. And so what the cool thing about this is that when he saw this, his eyes went like this. And so then it started a little train. So I jumped in and I shared all the Silver Age stuff, which is kind of fun, just to kind of throw it out there, just say, hey, there's like, licensed Marvel stuff here, so you might want to consider getting, the actual, like this one. And then maybe I said, maybe go and get the Veve one as well, because why not? It goes for 10K if you get the, actually almost 12K now, right? If you get the actual secret rare. So anyway, that's just kind of a little fun little thing that happened at the beginning. But like I said, if you actually go back and you look at this, this is a collector's nightmare. And it's just so tragic, because it's like the card is gone. Like the card is, I mean, it's still there. It's super damaged, but the card is destroyed. I mean, like basically, right? I mean, and so that the thing about these is that, like they can't make anymore. This is just, they printed them when they did. And this is why these, physical stuff gets more and more valuable over time. They degrade, they get destroyed, they get lost, they get ruined, and so that's why they have huge value, and they should have huge value. It's great. And I would take this card physically, and also, but I that's why I'm going more into the digital space as well and doing both. It's just, I've had this happen to me, you guys, and it is absolutely crazy. So let's now go over to Veve. So saying that, the last day or so has been pretty massive for me in terms of my account. So, I did sell some toys, and things like that, and a few other things for sure. And I was able to acquire, finally, the Amazing Fantasy Ultra Rare, which is the one that I didn't own before, at this point. If you've been following my channel, I have, oodles of Amazing Fantasy 15, the uncommon. I have like 22 of them. I have 5 of the commons, and I had 1 rare, and the rare gets no love today. I don't understand why, but anyway, that's all right. But I went and secured this one. It was at about 1,000, about 1,050, and I had the gems for it. So I decided I'm going to pick this one up, and now it's locked in the vault. So that's fantastic for me personally. And then I also picked up, and this was even bigger for me because I've never owned this comic, and I really wanted to secure this at some point. you know, because I was watching it and watching it and watching it, you know, from where it was go up and down slowly. And it got back down to around 1,000 again. You can see I paid $1,099 for it right here. And this is, of course, the secret rare Miles Morales. So this one was a major one for me. I had questions about like, oh, should I go and buy more AF-15s? You know, because like, why not, right? Of course, you can't go wrong if you get AF-15s. But I wanted to get this one. You know, I really wanted. So I snagged this one. Now this one's in the vault. I finally own it. And I can thank Sleeping Comics a lot for this one. And, you know, because Sleeping Comics, I mean, I won't get into the whole backstory, but I can thank him specifically for these. I didn't buy it from him or anything, but he's the reason I was able to get that one for sure, right? And so my other thing that happened, you know, these are my comic purchases, by the way, in the last week. I mean, how fun am I having on Veve right now? I picked up my Marvel Comics, you know, common, and I got the 4-digit. If you can see that right there, I waited weeks for it. I looked for it and waited and just waited for one to come somewhere near the floor because I'm trying to complete that 4 or 3-digit Silver Age / Golden Age comic run on Veve. It's kind of my own made up collection. If you follow my tweets and stuff, I put them out, and I will have the updated one today. And I'll show you that in just a minute because I put in Fantastic 452 in there now because it's in that era. So anyway, I was trying to get like the Marvel Comics one at a 4-digit or a 3-digit, but of course they're very expensive. You know, like a 3-digit, they just run you huge money. So you know, compared to just the basic common. So I found a 4-digit on the floor, and here it is right here. So I'm pretty happy about that. I picked that up a little while ago. I paid 63, which is nice because I had to wait. Normally the 4-digits were in the 70s and 80s. For the last like 3 or 4 weeks, I just been watching every day. I just been, you know, slowly going in there every day. I'll check it a few times, you know, not like, you know, like obsessively, but just and then I finally saw one, and now the floors are about 57 for just a basic one, like a basic mint number. So I got that one. I secured that one, but I waited, was patient on that one. And then of course I got the, you know, Spider-Man 2. I got 10 of those, you know, just for giggles, you know, and stuff like that, and for future stuff. But today, this was the thing for me with Fantastic 452, and I want to hear from you guys because I'll get into the chat, you know, of like who got this comic today, because I managed to land one on the drop today, which was really great. I'm really happy about that, you know, and it was 20 gems, you know, it's a bit high. I don't think it should have been 20 gems, but you know, whatever, it's all good. You know, it's going for more than retail, although the uncommon is under retail, which is really weird to me as well. But 20 gems is pretty high for a comic book, you know, these days with Veve, right? So anyway, I managed to land one, but I got like a high, you know, high mint common, as I always do. You know, I never get the secret rare. You know, I'm not upset. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. But I never get that secret rare, but or even ultra rares lately. But anyway, I managed to get the common, which is a beauty, right? And I got it, like I said, it was like a 9,500 mint or something. So I sold it immediately, like, well, not immediately, after probably about half an hour. I sold it for like about 26. And then I went and bought a 3-digit to add to my collection. So you can see there's my 3-digit there. I paid 59 for it because, you know, that's just what I had to do. I might have been able to get one for cheaper if I wait a little bit longer, but I wanted to secure one. And now it's just in the vault, you know, because I'm buying this one for my personal collection long term, not looking to flip it or anything like that. So if I switch over really quickly here and show you where I'm at right here, hold on one sec. Let's go right here. If I switch over to my gold and silver age collection, and I believe I have to add in actually the you know, the Scrooge McDuck comic here, but these are all just the Marvel ones, and you can see that he's right up here. Here is the Fantastic Four number 52, and I sorted this from highest price to lowest in the current market right now. So I will tweet this image out in a little bit. Now I want to bring someone in here who's joining the channel. You guys know him well, and of course, you know, we're going to talk comics and see how long he has to stay and ask if he got something today. It's MPax, Marvelous Pax. How you doing, buddy?
Good, bro. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, anytime. Thanks for coming in. I wanted to talk to you today about the, you know, Fantastic Four and comics and just hang out and yeah, where are you at? You on the road?
Yeah, you know what? I actually took advantage. My baby is making a lot of noise in the house, so I'm going out comic hunting today.
Oh,
So it's
nice.
Sunday, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm on my way to the comic shop. I have to, you know, pay homage to my homie MC right here. MC's been making amazing pickups, dude. I'm like so excited for your collection, dude. So yeah, man, I
Thanks,
had to
man.
come on and salute you, bro.
Yeah, the last couple of days have been super fun for me, that's for sure. Like specifically yesterday, I just like pulled the trigger on a couple of those big items, right? Those two that I was looking at. Even though I was just tempted to buy like another 5 or 6 uncommon AF-15s and keep the stack going, but I wanted to secure that secret rare miles just for me, right? Like I'm not saying anybody else should do it because the price is like about 1,000 or so, but
It's
I've
gorgeous.
always wanted that one and I never could get it before. It was way too out of my range. So
That variant in the physical world is really sought after. I mean, it's
yeah,
a beautiful comic.
it's the big one, right? The
Yeah.
$30,000 one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah. So look, I put on my screen right here, and we'll talk about your comic shop too. You could always take us along for the ride. I love comic shops, but check it out. I'll actually show you because this is cool. I'll show you in a bit if we're hanging out. Look at all the comics that I bought from the comic shop the last.
There we go.
Okay, this is all silver, Bronze Age stuff, and then check it out right here. Here's a second stack. All of these I picked up, and look at this. Look at the Submariner right here, just to show you, because I know you love this stuff right here. Look at this Submariner comic right here. This is number 25. Okay, and there he is right there. And I just watched Black Panther just on Friday night. Right, I hadn't seen it yet. And this cover says, "Surface men have destroyed my people, but I shall have my revenge." And he battles the surface people again, right? And you can see
And the movie is a different take on Namor, but it was definitely that theme of the surface people. The surface people are the enemy, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And we can talk about that too because of what they did with his backstory, which is different, right? But you can see here's the Golden Age collection right here, or the Silver Age. Now I have to add in the Duck comic, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's Golden Age.
Yeah, that's like from the 50s, that particular one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to add that in before I tweet this out and put the price in. Did you go for that comic or did you get it?
Yeah, I got the uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
I get uncommon and common so much, but it's fine. Today I was happy to hit also. I also hit common. So I'm happy, bro. I was like my wife hit it and she didn't have enough gems in and she only put like 15 instead of 20, and I'm like, oh no, and she didn't end up getting it. So I was like,
because she had to.
Yeah,
and they don't have the reason. Yeah,
I made her buy one. I was like, just buy a common when it hits 20, and we saw an uncommon for like 16 or 17, and we bought that one. We scooped that one up.
Nicely done. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I got the high mint common. I don't know if you heard before you jumped in, but I got a high mint common, like a 9,500, and then which I always get. That's kind of my standard drop if I land one is an insignificant mint common, which is totally fine as long as you get one. I'm good. And I sold it for 26, and then I bought a 3-digit. I don't know if you saw just before you joined, but let me just show you right here. I bought my 3-digit in the market today. This puppy right here, because I'm adding it to my little collection of 4 and 3-digit, Silver Age stuff, right? So I had to pay 59 for it, but I got a number 723. So, stick it in the collection, right?
Yeah, my theory on this book is like, and it's not advice or anything, I just think it could do kind of like what Thor did, where, a lot of people sell it, they get their profits, and then people start stacking, in the coming days. Because I mean, I'm planning to, if I sell a couple physical collectibles like you've been doing, I'm hoping to pick a bunch up. And if they're still around retail, I don't care if it's a 4-digit. I'm going for it. So.
Oh yeah, 100%. Sitting at 23 to 23 and a quarter right now. For like just a basic mint, whatever mint, right? Like, yeah. I mean, this is fantastic for 52. What are we talking about here?
Oh my god.
Look at the common right here. It's like actually the uncommon's under retail, right?
Yeah. So, after fees, you're taking a big loss. That's like a 5 or 6 gem loss.
Why not just hold it?
Yeah, I would just. I'd be so happy to have one. I mean, this is a beautiful book.
Yeah, and I love how the fact that they actually did the actual cover on all the variants. They gave it they really gave this the Amazing Fantasy treatment. You
Yeah.
know, we were talking
Yeah.
about that in the Twitter spaces, right? Like they gave us they just kept the cover, like even though this cover here is like by, with a special artist and everything. But, look at the rares going for 30. That's not bad. And the rare is actually interesting to me because, like it's black and white. Like it's actually like just because it's black and white and it's Black Panther and it's kind of it's really cool to me. Like sometimes it's just they take the color away on some of these and it's just kind of like people don't like them as much. But this one's like really kind of like it's so crisp, And remember, I think you mentioned it too, or we were chatting in the Twitter spaces about the contrast issue. So if you go to the Sandman comic, the contrast is not so tight on that. It's kind of faded a bit, like on the rare, because it's black and white and
It
outline.
pops.
Yeah, this one pops like big time, and he's way up there. I mean, so I'm really liking the rare on that one. So I'm probably going to add a rare to my collection at some point. And then look at the ultra rare. The ultra rare looks fantastic. I mean, it almost looks exactly the same.
It looks so good. It really does. It's beautiful. Yeah.
I know, right? And then and of course the secret rare right here. I mean, like the secret rare. I mean, like
Jack
this
Kirby.
This is nice. Yeah, I know, Jack Kirby.
His goodness, man. No, like with Stanley and Kirby books, I want to have at least one of each, like with at least the commons, because we all got to stay in our financial lane. So for me, I'm like, as a collector, I just want to make sure I have like at least one of all the Kirby covers that come into Veve. The secret rares are going to be harder to get, but like you build your way and you'll find your way, and sometimes opportunities come along, and every drop you play, you have that chance to really level your collection up if it's a big comic. Like today is a big comic. Like people that hit secret rares, bravo.
It's like $500-600 if they sold it immediately, right? Would you sell if you hit the secret rare? Would you have sold it today? Immediately, you know what I mean?
This is one of the covers that I would have had a hard time selling it with, because I would have been like, am I going to get an opportunity to hit something like this again of this caliber? When I hit the ultra rare Vader, it was really hard to let that one go off, drop. Because like I held it for like a long time, and then finally I was like, nope, I got to complete my Infinity Stone set. I'm not playing around. That decision could be bad in the future, but at the end, it's my collection, and I want to like collect what I love. So
exactly.
Like I wish we could trade though. If trading was involved, I could have probably gotten like a lot more trade value out of that move I made. So
100%. Trading should definitely be a part of Veve. I think they just, take a little gem fee, like take a 5 gem or a 1 gem or whatever fee for trading. Like if that's what they're worried about, I have no problem with that. If I want to make a trade with somebody and then of course I could do like giveaways and things on the channel. We could do like, I could do like a trade for a bigger thing, and they could send me something cheap, and they would just be fun, right? And then the HRO and how they're doing trading over there and how we trade in the real world. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer that they'll hopefully add that. They've never really mentioned it. Like they've sort of like whenever it comes up, they sort of go, oh yeah. Like I know they know. I know David, knows about trading. I mean, like obviously, right? I mean, but whether they add it, I don't know. But here's like, so when you talked about going after just what you want to go, like your thing, right? And I share these things because I'm not stacking every single one of these comics. I'm really focused on the Amazing Fantasy and a few others, but this is how I'm building out my collection of the Gold and Silver Age type stuff. Is I just go after like a 4-digit or a 3-digit if I can land it. And then I just kind of put it together, and then I keep track of them here because it's just really fun to look at. And I got my, Fantastic Four down there. And the last few that have come out, like the Spider-Man 4, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 31, all of them I've managed to acquire a 3-digit because, right now the prices are a little bit easier to get to, right? Like at this time, and I got the Journey into Mystery 3-digit. So, and then I just got one of each, like one of them. And I got the Spider-Man 2. I stacked up. I got like 10 of the uncommons. I actually stacked up 10 of the commons right away, and then I slowly sold them over the last
You're a beast.
I did. I just made like four or 5 gems on each one. Because people were really disrespecting it too much, right? So
yeah, dude.
So I mean, I put
you got to make your moves, right? And that, there's really, really few of those comics that I'm stacking in there, and I should be stacking more because those are such important ones. Like in terms of stacking, probably like I'm thinking in my head more than 15. So I think right there, the one that stands out because of what it means to me in my collection is that X-Men first appearance of the Scarlet Witch.
Right here,
I
number
haven't
4.
seen. Yeah, of all of those right there, that's the one that like is to me in terms of PC and as a collector, because I just love those books. And I know when the X-Men diehard comic collectors come to the app, they're gonna also gravitate toward those and be like, oh wow, this is very undervalued, and
Big time.
they're gonna love it. So I'm trying to grab as many of those, and because their price is so good and the speculation is so strong with X-Men coming in the phase 6 and on in MCU, I'm just excited. To me, it's easier to hold those for like 5-6 years and not even think about what the price and market is. Just kind of look at it. It's like, oh, I have some gems, let me pick a few more up.
Yes, especially when people like floor them or whatever. Now we got somebody coming to the channel for the first time. We love her. Now, if you want to talk about a crazy collection, Empax, oh my God, Tropical Bird, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing today? Thanks for coming in.
Of course, my pleasure. Thank you for the invite, as always.
Yeah. Now, last week, okay, you made some more moves. Now, in case you guys don't know, man, I'm gonna let you tell everybody, and don't be shy. I want you to tell them what you've done because it's incredibly impressive. And of course, if you follow you on Twitter, like I follow you on Twitter. We follow each other for like the whole time, and I keep seeing like all this, the course of the last bunch of months, secret rare, and it's so incredible to me. And then you managed to do something like a few days ago, and I was going to bring you on then, but you had the weather problems, right? And how's everything going, by the way? You doing good in Texas there?
Yeah, Texas, right. The ice finally melted. We don't get snow, we get ice. So it's really bad on our infrastructure, and the Wi-Fi was crazy. Like, let's hold it another day. So
yeah,
much better today.
So you're here today. And so tell the world or whoever's watching, there's 100 people here. So spread the news. But what did you do? What did you do? This is exciting.
So was it the 31st, I believe? I saw the Amazing Fantasy SR on Veve on auction, and it was listed for $9,999, right? 10,000. So I was like, all right, let me place a bid. I had no idea if I was going to win it or not. I was just like, let me bid and see what happens. Yeah. So then when I woke up and I checked the app, I ended up winning it. That was earth-shattering, crazy, because I know you're always preaching like the SR for AF-15 is like the holy of holiest, grayliest of grayliest, right? So
for me, yeah.
Yeah, for you, of course, but for a lot of people too. You know?
Can I tell a story about the AF-15? Because this is beautiful, ties in with your SR.
Go ahead.
Incredible.
There are only, I think, 15, because it's the AF-15 comic panel cuts that you can find in Spider-Man Metal, where they took an AF-15 in good condition, 5.5 or better, and they cut out, panels and placed that art. They cut out the best panels possible, 15 of them from that book, and they made it a trading card. And they numbered the card out of 15, serial numbered it. They had the red bordering. The Amazing Fantasy is the same font and lettering. So it's like you can have a piece of the history within the book to match with your comic. And people have been doing that. A few of my buddies hit one live off a box that my friend bought off another friend that I know in the hobby, which was insane. He bought this box and opened it live, and he pulled an Amazing Fantasy comic panel cut that is numbered to 15. And we all just blew up on the stream.
That is awesome.
Yeah. I just want to say, your secret rare, that is a panel. That's one of those cuts. And that is a piece of history right there. So I just want to tie it back to the secret rare and the importance of that being one of the, that's obviously the first appearance of Spider-Man, but that is like a crucial, him using his powers, climbing the wall for the first time, kind of, there you go.
I don't know. I mean, I was shaking when I pressed the buy button. I posted the video buying it on the marketplace, and I was shaking. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
It's so incredible. Congratulations, Tropical Bird. That is just like,
insane.
I'm so happy for you. I mean, when you tweeted that out, I was like, oh my God, because you're working on, I know, because I was showing earlier, you know, and thanks for saying that, Mpax, about that whole thing. I'm going to hear more about that. The cards, I mean, that's crazy. But like, so, you know, I know that, you know, we've been following each other, and sometimes I put out those, like, you know, those like showing all the secret rares and stuff. I know you grabbed one or two sometimes when I update the pricing and stuff, and I just, you know, throw it out there in the world, and you've been like checking them off, and you have like all, like you almost have all of them now of the Silver Age stuff. Except for the top. You're only, which ones are you missing? Because that I mean, you just got like you just got the big one, right? I know there's Marvel Comics
I know.
one.
I wanted to get that one over with. I was like, let me get the most expensive one so that I can slowly start getting the rest.
Yeah.
It's smart. That's smart.
Backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, your secret rare collection's insane then. That's wonderful. Like, congratulations. Like, that's just a beautiful thing to see, because you're going to really be able to dominate that in this market. It's wonderful to see people shoring up their collections when things are like achievable, you know, like the prices like this. I didn't think, it was a dream to me that we'd be back in a situation where I can pick up comics that like for $2 and they're for FAs of Jubilee and like Emma Frost, and you know what I mean? Like, so it's like there's an in for every, you know, different amount. Like, you don't have to go in the app with that amount, and if you can, it's like more power to you, because right now is like the time to be able to pick these grails up.
Yeah, for sure. So what's next on the hit list, Bird?
Well, today I got the SR Black Panther, so I'm grateful for that one.
Oh, did you get it on the drop?
No. I got the common on the drop.
Like,
no, I'm not that lucky. And,
nice week. I'd be like, wow. Yeah.
No. I saved up for it. You know, like I sold some things that I just like wasn't into anymore, like Mickey Mouse's, and I just you know, put half down on it and just bought it. So I got lucky there.
That is awesome. So congrats on that. Yeah, we were talking earlier. I got the common on that one, like, you know, in on the drop, and then I bought like a 3-digit common, right? So just for fun, right? But that's crazy. Yeah. So you're like really rounding up the top. Oh my God. Yeah, I just want to congratulate you on that for sure, right? Now we got someone waiting behind here who wants to say hi as well. It's Veve Fam Bam.
Hello.
What up?
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Oh, good. Here, let me turn off the banner so we can see you there, because you're getting cut off. How are you doing today? Did you go for the comic today, Fam Bam?
I was like a few seconds late.
Oh.
You're breaking up. It's hard to hear.
Me? Okay. Sorry. I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear Fam Bam. I think Tropical, it might be your connection. Might be a little bit, because I remember when you were talking a bit, there was a little bit of connection issues with your vocal. So, but hang in there. We want to keep you in there. Well, maybe it's just a blip, but go ahead, Fam Bam.
Sure. Yeah, I just missed it by a couple of seconds, and I tried for 2 rebounds, nothing.
Yeah. Did you buy one in the market?
No. I'm still trying to save. I want that secret rare eye of
the Agamotto.
I'm gonna say amaretto or something.
The Eye of Amaretto.
I'm like all blah today. I
like the Eye of Amaretto. I like some amaretto.
I need some of that right now.
Yeah,
it's a hard one to say. Like, I always mess it up too. I have to like think before I say it. I'm like, Eye of Agamotto. There we go. Got it. It's tough.
If I was looking at it, I'd see. Yeah, but. But yeah, I'm trying to get that, and I sold some stuff yesterday, and I'm like, I'm so close to getting that now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But having the gems is just, I shouldn't be allowed to have gems because I just want to spend them. I'm looking at everything else, and I'm like, ooh, I can get a blue Todd. I could get this. Yeah. I could get this. I'm like, So.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for me, I'm, you know, I have still at the moment 1,000 gems right now. And I'm holding it for Lambo, because if Lambo comes, it's on, folks. And doesn't mean I'm going to go crazy for Lambo, but you know, if Lambo comes, then here, I'm just going to remove Topical Bird for a second. I think our connection's gone, but we got vibes in the house. It's Veve Vibes.
My neighbor.
The whole
Close
so,
enough,
hey,
yeah,
Tropical Bird, if you're listening, just if your connection rejoins, just jump back in. We'll add you back. So, how you doing, Vibes? How did your day go today?
It went well. I went for the drop. I missed it on the drop initially. I think I tapped too soon. Then I noticed I missed it, so I tapped again. It said sold out. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh,
I played the rebound, and actually I got the rebound, but you know those rebounds take forever to deliver. So it took like, I didn't get it till like 45 minutes after the drop or something like that. Like I swear all of my, even if I do land it on drop, I swear my deliveries take like 15, 20 minutes, and like the price is like super high, and I'm like, I want to sell it down. It's already crashed, but so I ended up getting a rare on the drop.
Nice.
And I liked it. And by the time I got it, the price was around like 32, 31. I'm like, should I hold it? I'm like, I'll hold it. Then it started going down and down. It went all the way down to I think like 24 at one point.
What?
I was like, I might as well just hold it at that point. So I just held it. And right now it's, I think, at like 30, 31. I just kind of wanted the common anyway. So I think I sold it for 31.
Yeah.
And then just bought a common for a 23. So it's like, all right, I'll take the 7 gem profit, spend it on probably X-Men comics, just get another like 2 or 3 more.
Sure. Get like 3 more Jubilees and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like just get more Jubilees or whatever it is. Like, I mean, you can see the Wolverine shirt. So I want some more X-Men on the app.
Well, yeah, like Mbax, you're a big X-Men fan. You know, you're talking about X-Men 4 there, and you really want to, what are you gonna do when X-Men 1 shows up?
Cry, probably, because it'll probably,
like,
with my luck, it'll come like in a bull market when we hit like a little bull run or something, or maybe a dead cat bounce, whatever. But it'll probably come like at the worst timing, so it'll be even more expensive. That's what my like fear is, that it's like, I know it's coming. It's just when is it gonna come, and who knows? You know, there's so many great comics still out there. Like I did a top. My own like kind of top comics of just X-Men titles, no Hulk 181, nothing like that, just X-Men key books that I wanted to see dropped, and there's still so much left that we haven't seen yet on the app. So like buckle in, guys. It's gonna be a long 2023 of drops. There's gonna be some bangers left to deal.
Save up your gems, fam bam.
I'm trying. That's so hard to do.
Yeah. I think we're going to get more X-Men comics when they introduce it more into the MCU, because it seems like they're definitely setting up mutants, all that stuff. And I think as they introduce it, they're going to be like, all right, and that's the funny thing is like, we'll probably get the comic before they like announce it, or before like it shows up in a show or a movie in the MCU, right? Like we're going to be like, oh, we're getting X-Men 1 like, 2 months from now. It's like, oh, that's kind of random. But then a month later, they're like, oh, now they officially announced like there's.
Look at today's drop, vibes. We got Black Panther when it came out, the movie, and it's finally on Disney Plus. So it's like, it could even be foreseeable that we have to wait till it releases, because they're not always like giving us hints. A lot of the books are hints, but they're not always necessarily giving us like grails for the hints. They've given us grails after the fact when what is it? The latest Spider-Man, that was amazing, right? With the Sinister Six and everything. And then we got AF-15 after that, the same year. So it's just, to me, it makes me a little nervous that it's like, oh dude, phase 6 is like still 2 more years away.
Yeah, I think it's funny you bring that up, because actually earlier today I was just looking through the comics. Like first off, like 30 minutes before the drop, there was like some really cheap comics. I don't know if there was like merged bot accounts or something happening, but people were like flooring $2 or $3 commons for like $1. And I was trying to buy them, but of course they were getting instantly sniped. But I saw a lot of them like before the drop. I don't know if people were just trying to get gems like last minute to afford the drop, or they were just bot accounts. They mostly look like bot accounts, to be honest. It was like, Bob Frank 123. It's like, all right, it's probably a bot. People were just like flooring stuff for
could be
super
because
cheap.
of the 20 gem price vibes. I mean, like some people may not have realized it was 20. Like they show up, maybe they have like 8 gems or something like that.
Good point.
And then they're like, oh, like they're good to go, and they see, oh, it's 20, because not everybody's like going on to the Medium articles. Not everybody's like watching vids or something like that, or so they might have thought like, oh, it's 20 gems. Damn, I better floor a couple things really quick that I can like get up there, right?
Yeah, because I think
Fambam, I just want to ask you a question too. So Fambam, what's your big target right now? You mentioned Blue Todd though. Like, are you going? Are you in a holding pattern, or are you like going after some stuff or comics, or what's your thing right now?
Right now, I want to get more OMI because it's so cheap. So that's what I've been trying to not do the drops.
Yeah.
And then I have my trip coming up and things. So I'm like, money. Like I need to hold on to my money. But then, you know, and I was surprised. I had sold my gold Frankenfat.
Yeah.
I put it for sale because I want to try to get the Eye of Agamotto. And yes. But then I saw, once it sold, I saw it last night and I just had regret right away. I was just like, oh my God, my Frankenfat's gone. Like, oh no, I did it. But I need to do that kind of stuff because I can't keep putting money in the app all the time. I need to sell some things. And I think if you need the secret rare for anything, the gauntlet or Thanos or anything, I would rather have that than the Frankenfat. So.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think you're going to need the whole thing? Like the whole set? Is that why you're going after the secret rare?
Yeah, I already have everything except the secret rare. Yeah, I believe I have all of them. I might not have the uncommon of the eye also, but I do have the rare of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what, because I don't know. Just if they were to come out and say, yes, you need the secret rare, it's going to explode even more than what it is now.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want to not have it. I should have bought it months ago.
Yeah. You know what I think they're going to do, you guys? And Vibe, sorry I cut you off, but you know what I'm going to do?
No, we want to know. We want to know what.
Yeah, what I think. This is what I think is going to happen. And this is just like, just me. I think because David, you tweeted out he wonders how many people are going to have all 5 of the stones. Now we know there's 6 and we don't know how the soul stone is going to come. So my thought is like, and I think Impact, you might've heard about, we might've been chatting about this or in a Twitter space or something, but I was thinking that like, if you hold all 5, they're going to airdrop you the soul stone at some point. And then you'll have all 6. And then you'll have the opportunity to buy a gauntlet.
Yeah, that's my thought.
And my thought is that, and this is just me, like I don't own these right now. I did. Last week I had them all. Okay, I had them all except for the secret rare, right? I didn't have that one. But I had the other ones, you know, and I decided, well, Lambo's coming, I thought any minute, because, you know, I'm in the Twitter spaces too much. And the speculation there was pretty funny. It was like, well, Lambo's going to come out on the 2nd with that Veve 500 announcement, but it didn't. So I was like, I better prepare some gems and wait. And then if Lambo gets announced, maybe all that stuff will drop cheaper and I'll go back and grab it. So I was kind of like trying to think like that, and it hasn't happened. So, you know, I probably should go back and get those stones because I want to do the stones. But I think it's just a guess. I was thinking, well, what if they give us the soul stone as because you have the other 5, and then, you know, once you have all of that, then you'll have the kind of the reservation sort of thing they do where you're allowed to buy the gauntlet. If you, so I don't know, because, you know, how else are they going to give us the soul stone, right? They're just going to like have it as a drop, you know? I mean, like you know, like you have to give something up, or I don't know. So I don't know. What do you think, Vibes?
I think they could do a lot of different angles. What I think personally, what's most likely is they're just going to drop the soul stone. They're just going to have it as a drop, but it's going to in the article with it, it's going to say, by the way, if you have all these other stones, the airdrop is going to be the gauntlet or something like that. I think that could happen. I would like to see, and I think it's just a technological limitation, but it'd be cool to see that, let's say you did have all 6 stones and they say, hey, by the way, our first like burn collectible, whatever, is going to be all the soul stone, all the stones. So you have to burn all the stones, all 6 you have, and then you get a gauntlet. And it would be cool if the gauntlet actually shows like the burned stones, like like each of the stones that are burned. It would be cool if like the mint number was like minted on the gauntlet. So you could see like, all right, soul stone number 1,677, time stone 1,000, you know, what all the mint numbers on the gauntlet. So they're all like kind of like not unique one of ones, but they all have unique mint numbers kind of attached to them. But I think it's like a technological limitation. Like I'm not sure if they're able to like see the stones that you've burned and then apply it to a gauntlet that you're then airdropped and like have it be unique. I'm not sure, but I mean, it's fun to think that way. But I think what's just the technological limitation, I think what's more likely is that we'll probably just get the soul stone and they're going to say, hey, if you own all 6 by, you know, by the end of next week or something like that, you'll get airdrop the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And the prices are going to tank. That's always happens with these airdrops. So you kind of have to be ready, but
I kind of like that burning.
burn the stones. It's almost like they get burned and they get put on the gauntlet in a way. So it's like the stones are gone. They're on the gauntlet.
How long do you guys think we're going to have to wait?
before the next one? I have no idea now. Before it was like 2 to 3 months. Then all of a sudden they released the other one like 2 weeks later. I blame Marvelous Packs because he said something. He basically called out Alex, and then he got called out on it.
No, but you know what? Alex did come back to a space after the ether was dropped, the reality stone. And he did say to us that they, you know what, Marvel, they had to pull something back. We were going to drop something else. They had to pull something back. So we ended up dropping, they wanted us to drop this instead, way earlier than we anticipated. So it was not a planned thing on our end. And when he said that, it made me still think, okay, it's still alive, my speculation, because it's still in the order. The Soul Stone is saved for last for a reason, like both of your speculations have said. And then this means if it goes to the timeline that we've been on, around June, July, we'll have the Soul Stone. And by then that gives them at least, hey, maybe 4 more months to get something going with us being able to burn stuff. I'm hoping it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But that's my speculation.
Interesting. What do you think, Fam Bam? Since this whole thing started with your, I have, Amaretto.
Amaretto. Well, no, I think those are all great ideas. Like, I would love it to be able to burn stuff because that would be the first time we could really do that in the app. And then that would make it, I don't know, you can't resell that stuff. It makes them more scarce for those who didn't burn and for those who didn't have the whole set. There's still going to be some secret rares out there and things. Those are going to be more scarce. But and they also usually let us know beforehand if you have to hold something. So I would like for them to airdrop the Soul Stone, but they haven't. They would have announced that already, I think.
Maybe
with the last drop.
That's why I'm so scared, because after he tweeted those 5 out, and I had all 5. I mean, I didn't have the secret rare, but I had just the common, or the uncommon, because it says right in the description that the stone is in there. Of course, like inside the eye, right? It's closed, but it's inside there. And so I was kind of like, okay, well, at least I had that one. And if I needed to go get the secret rare at that, like if they did the announcement, then I would consider it. But at least I had the rest. And then I was like, I was on too many Twitter spaces and like, oh, Lambo's coming. It's coming. I think Village, we know we love him. He was laughing about it. You guys remember he's holding toast in Twitter space. He's like, he had this thought that, because this on the 2nd, the Veve 500 video is going to come out, and everyone's going to be like, oh, look at this. And they have the Lambo in there. And then the Lambo's going to get and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm like, oh, I better have these gems, because I didn't have the gems at the time then. But now I have lots of gems, because I made a big move. But yeah, so I'll have to get them back because I don't go for these airdrop, where you go and grab all the Bond posters or whatever. I don't go for any of this stuff. Not because not because I don't think there's value in it or anything. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and I watch people get their airdrops online. They tweet about it and stuff, and I always go, oh, that's fun. They're getting something and it's cool. And then I watch the prices of what they had to collect go down, and that kind of sucks. But if you're buying it because you like them, then yeah, this is the one. There's reasons why I didn't go for the other ones, because I didn't really love the stuff you had to collect or the thing you were going to get. But this is different. This is like Thanos' gauntlet potentially. Yeah. And I like the stones because the MCU. So this is one that I do actually want to go
and
for.
I do want to shout out Sleep in Comics because he did bring something up in our Marvel Snapchat. We have this Marvel Snap group in Twitter, and we do little tournaments and stuff. You've seen our spaces before, MC. But Sleepin was mentioning to us that in the comics currently, in the current runs, there are actually new stones being introduced into Marvel. There's the Black Stone.
Oh, wow.
And he was talking about that a lot. And he's like, Veve this is even further down the speculation wormhole, but he was saying how, there is storylines with more stones being introduced, and that, there's always the what ifs and alternate multiverses where we're confirmed to get, I think people were saying we're confirmed to get Thanos again.
He's coming. He's going to be in the Secret War movie, the Avenger movie.
So that in itself is very interesting, right? Because there's all these timelines and multiverses. So we're definitely not finished with the story of the Infinity Gauntlet, in my opinion. So
We might get more stones then.
Yeah, even
we got more
even
stones. Look, Carlos right here. I wanted to bring this up. First appearance Ant-Man next, because you know we have the movie coming, and then this is the one right here. This is the Scott Lang Astonishing Ant-Man right here from 1979. This is the Scott Lang version, right, that we have in the movies apparently. And I don't know if you guys know, like I'm looking into which one is the actual Ant-Man first appearance, because you know he's like on the cover of like, you know, what, X-Men 1, like he's right there, isn't he? Or he is, right? Oh no, Avengers. He's on the, he's in the Avengers for sure early on, the Kang comic. Yeah, he's in like early. Sorry, I'm looking on my comic wall. I have to look up which one, but this one right here, because it's Scott Lang as you know, who's in the movie. This one might show up. And thanks, Carlos, because I was going to bring this up today. You know, what do you guys think about that? Or impacts? Because you know, what do you think about this?
That's a nice Bronze Age key book, you know, and it makes a lot of sense. But it could be when it's further down the line is when it comes on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I think we will get a collectible though. I'm fairly certain. We did get She-Hulk stuff, you know. So let's see. I definitely would like to see like the MODOK book too. The first appearance of MODOK. That might be
MODOK.
Yeah. That might be a fun cover to see too.
Which one's that again? Sorry,
I forget the number, but I was dang, I can't remember it right now. I think
bring it up right here just for fun. There we go. It's in Tales of Suspense.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a nice one to get too. You know, he's just fun. He's just really funny, and I like the way that the MCU is getting creative now with these characters. You know, so. Doing their own stories. First appearance.
So he's in that book. I don't know why they didn't on this particular one. So it's this one right here. This is kind of interesting. MODOK.
Yeah.
There it is. Look at that. Look at there he is now in the corner. Look at him.
Looks like Captain America is sucker punching that guy in the groin. Doesn't look like a fun position.
Come on, Cap.
Cheap shot, dude. Come on.
Keep it up.
You weren't trained that way.
Yeah, look at this guy shooting him in the back over here too. What's going on with this cover? Come on now. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, you're right. So you know, with the Black Panther first appearance that we just got today, it's funny because I thought, you know, that we would get it when the movie came out. But you're right, we didn't get it then. We got it when it came to Disney Plus. So if you follow that timeline, like you said, like you're describing, then yeah, Ant-Man would come later. You know, whenever this, Quantumania shows up on Disney Plus in 3 months from now or whatever, you know, that kind of timeline. So yeah, that's a good way of thinking, you know. And then of course MODOK would be in there because he's in the movie and other ones too. But you never know, right? I mean, I thought we were going to get Thor when the Thor movie came out like last spring, and then we didn't. We got him like at a random time. I don't think there was any kind of like connection to Disney Plus or anything. But we got the end of the year of Jim 83, and you know, like why, right? Nobody knew why. I mean, I'm happy it came, but you know. So sometimes it's kind of like you think it's going to line up, but I don't know.
When does the Ant-Man movie come out?
On the 14th.
I think it's month?
Yeah, Quantumania. It's going to be here in like less than 2 weeks is one I'm going to the theater for sure. Are you guys going to go to the theater for that one? I'm going to the theater.
Yeah, I got my ticket.
And then the Mario movie comes out beginning of April.
Oh, so, now we're talking, Fam Bam. Mario? Oh, man.
So I wonder if there's going to be something there. I'm hoping. April 7th is when that comes out.
Yeah. You're getting me nervous. If we get Nintendo on Veve, you're getting me. I'll freak out. I
think those are
some little signs here and there.
Yeah. I think there's been. I mean, David Yu and some of the, I mean, even the most recent AMA, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, like we're not big enough for some IPs yet. I think he said that at some point in the AMA, something about marketing and we're not big enough yet for some IPs. I do think like obviously Pokemon's the biggest one, but Nintendo's like a top 3 for sure.
Yeah. In that recent community update, did y'all see somebody pointed out one of the things in the background where it said Veve and they circled it and it looks like Legos on there? Things like that.
No, don't even go. Don't. Bam, Bam.
I'm sorry.
I got to save my gem.
You're the worst. Now. How could you?
I got to sell my recent comics now. If you're going to bring up Lego and Nintendo. Yeah. Oh my God, right?
That's some outfit.
No, it's awesome. I'm just kidding. But look, thanks, Tom. So Tales to Astonish 27. This is this the FA of Ant-Man? Because this is like Golden Age, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I did see this comic actually. I don't know where I saw this, but recently I saw it in Twitter or something like that, and this comic came up. Like somebody posted it. I don't think they're not a Veve person or anything. And then I was like, oh, that's a cool cover, and I didn't click in that that's Ant-Man, like from like original Ant-Man, right? I think so. Anyway, that would be cool. Another golden age. Look at that poor dude right there. It's like, that's like us when the market goes down. We're getting all eaten up. Just pulling us in there like, no. Anyway.
Gollum.
Thanks, Tom. We'll clarify.
Just for fun. So like, what would Lego look like? Because like Lego itself as an IP is great. Don't get me wrong, but they usually kind of do the like Fortnite or whatever thing where they get other people's IPs. They partner with them. They release Star Wars Legos, this Lego, that Lego. So are we going to just see like just Lego?
Batman Lego?
Yeah, like Batman Lego. Are we just going to see Lego versions? Lego versions now of characters that we already have on Veve. It's pretty easy. I think it's also pretty easy marry up. It's like we already have Batman, we already have Star Wars. So
he looked like Lego versions. Lego Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at him right there. All animated. Look at that. Give us him. Come on now. Like honestly, right? Who wouldn't want that?
I think we're getting Fidgetals like any day now. Like that's imminent. I really do think that's a way to get people in. Like HRO was great about getting people in because, it's easier with physical products, to get people kind of be like, oh, okay. And you get this for free or it's paired with the NFT. So I think that Veve that'll be part of their marketing is clearly to do something physical. And I feel like Marvel would be attached.
For sure. Hey, Kobe Collects. Thanks for the super chat. Keep up the great work. Ant-Man's one of my favorites for sure. And I saw that you donated 5 memberships too. That's amazing. Thanks, Kobe. So if anyone gets a membership from that, I haven't mentioned it yet, but I'm doing the, for members, right? They get their NFT. I got my, OMI rewards today. And I actually have a comic book that I'm going to give out to the chat here that I haven't mentioned yet. And it's a Wakandan comic with the Avengers and it's a story with Black Panther. And so I'm going to give that to someone in the chat. But if you do get one of those memberships that Kobe just donated, and thank you, Kobe, for doing that. You're nuts. You're insane. You guys aren't subbed to Kobe's channel. I mean, and all of us here, guys, and we're all subbed to each other's channel, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would think so because I've got Kobe. Yeah. I've got Bam Bam. I just subbed to her because I was like, how am I not subbed here?
Anyway. But yeah, I got your comic and I need to get it. Remember, I won one.
Yeah, it's in the mail.
I already got it.
Oh, you got it already?
I was gonna wait, because when we do our stuff, but let me grab it.
Yeah. That's actually super fast. Wow. Because sometimes I send them and then they takes a long time. So look, it's Nos Clint. How you doing? Good to see you today, buddy. Thanks for coming on in today. Everybody's in the chat here. I mean, sorry we didn't say hi to everybody yet. We got Sven in the house and Costa and Le Chatain. Good to see you today. We got Huang and Hinano. Delilah, all you guys. And by the way, I did right here, up here. Where is she right here? I brought her up here. Verena. So Verena, okay, guys, I don't know if you guys know, but Verena has been locked out from Veve for no explanation for months now, with no communication, nothing. And I feel really bad for her. She's been trying to get a hold of them. And I mean, come on, Veve, you got to step it up and you got to communicate, at least tell her why. She has no clue, right? So I've been kind of tooting the horn for her as much as I can. I mean, what are you going to do? But Verena, we're with you. And she's a member of the channel and we support you. And I really hope this gets resolved for you soon. And the fact that she's still here should tell Veve a lot that these are people you want to get this stuff. I don't know the third-party company that's not paying attention, but that happens too often. So Verena, we're here for you. I just wanted to point that out because I saw you in the chat. But
hopefully hopefully they're revisiting that because we are doing the merge stuff, right? So they're looking at accounts. They are making sure that they're in good standing and all that stuff. So hopefully they revisit your account, in the near future and get that fixed. Yeah,
Hinano. Yeah, Verena, we're 100% behind you. We are, and I keep on bringing it up, mentioning it, and she keeps tweeting at them, and she's gone to the Discord and everything. And I just find it really, not from David himself or anything, but I find it really strange that whoever's doing these accounts, I don't want to get into a big thing about it, but why like, what does it take to get like communicated back and say you're banned because, or you're on a wait list now, and like it's gonna like just anything, you know. And if it happens to you or me, I mean, you know, I'm going to be on this channel. I got this channel. I can get up here and I could do a live stream. I could do a Randy 78-hour live stream and have Fan Bam on there, and we could just be literally repeating like my account. But she, you know, who has some of these people don't have a voice, right? Like a vocal voice like that. So, you know, but anyway, we're behind you. Free Verena.
Oh, and that reminds me, if we're talking about following people and all that stuff, go follow Crypto Show 84. He's got some great content out there. He's trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. So Crypto
Show 84?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's bring him up. Let's just check that. I've never heard of Crypto Show 84. Am I insane?
Yeah, he's got some good stuff.
How come I don't know of Crypto Show 84?
I don't know. Maybe you might look him up and be like, oh, I know him.
Okay, so this is weird. So I behind the scenes here, I got my screen up here, and I went and looked for him. And I typed it in like just Google, and there was like some lady breastfeeding or something.
Oh,
it's nothing to do with this channel, but this is why I Google before I'm live. I have nothing against breastfeeding women. I'm just saying that wasn't applicable to the search. I don't know why.
If you were sharing
related,
right then.
Yeah, that's my point. I don't know. I don't know why, but anyway, let me just look him up, and then I'll bring him up on screen here. So, Crypto Show 84. Okay, here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's just add this. We don't mind doing a little bit of, letting people know what's going on. Crypto Show 84. There you go. So you're a fan of his channel? You've been watching him?
Yeah. He does some good stuff. He can dig in and find a lot of information.
Nice. Okay, I'll definitely check his channel out. There you go. A little shout out right there.
And yeah.
Yeah, you know him?
He's dope. Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, I've seen his channel.
Yeah, there.
Like seen videos from him.
I said, now does he subscribe to me? I'll have to find. If he doesn't subscribe to me, I'm not like I'm canceling my.
We always follow for follow around here, right?
Yeah, follow for follow. Don't you know the game?
It's my middle name, F for F.
Actually, here's the cool thing too. Yeah, that you knew name. Well, that's cool. Thanks for bringing it up, Fan Bam. If anyone else has any other channels they really like, share it with us, because it's what it's about. There's so many good voices in the community that I mean, if I get a new channel that I haven't seen yet, which I'm not sure why, like sometimes, YouTube just doesn't put them in front of your face when you're scrolling, for whatever reason. So you may not see them, or maybe they don't tweet a lot, or maybe you haven't followed each other yet. I mean, we're all still getting to know each other. I mean, some of us feel like we've been here forever and we know everybody, but we don't know everybody. And there's new people all the time. So that Elvid, he was in the chat, and he actually did his first live stream yesterday. He's one of the members. So like, I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was cool. He did his first ever YouTube live stream, and he was in his basement, and Sleepin popped in, and I said, don't worry, Sleepin's in his basement too.
Basement dwellers,
like lovingly, right? Oh, there's the call.
There
see, there's Modam, right? So
nice.
Yeah. So I won that because I am. What did I get on the? You had me on the little wheel because I'm sub to your. I got the NFT. I got all that stuff.
Yeah, so you got. I think how it worked is that you won a drop head, and then like an NFT, and then you got one of the comic book ones, and then a week later you won that in just the regular draw because you own one of the and look, and the reason I did that particular one was because of the Ant-Man release. I didn't have one with MODOK on the cover, but I had Modam, so I was like, they're like the same guy.
Doesn't matter.
Both big heads. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Dope utility right there.
I know, right? It's good fun. Yeah, like it's fun, guys. Like, I mean, if we get back to Veve right here, I mean, you guys can hang out, by the way, as long as you like. You know how it works, right? So, but yeah, if we get back to the comic book right here, because obviously that's the topic of today. How do you guys think this one's gonna do? I mean, like right now, I mean, it's 23. It went for 20. I think that the 20 gems is a bit high on the drop price. Like, I would have liked it at 10 or $6.99. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying that, right? Everybody, like cheaper price.
Of course.
I think it would still be the same price, right? I don't think the drop price has anything to do with where it's sitting in the market for this one. I think when I was actually thinking about where this would be, just in my head, just from our experience in the market we're in right now and seeing Jim 83 in the Spider-Man comics, I thought that the secret rare would be around 500 or so. I think I vocalized that in my little prediction video. And I'm not sure why, but that was sort of the feeling I got. Did you guys get the same feeling? Because we're looking at 23, probably about what, 15 or yeah, 17. It was actually 15. And then I know you said 40 right here, or sorry, 30, James. And the ultra rare might be the best deal of all. It's under 100, right? I mean, so, and then you got a $500. So MPAX, is this where you thought it would be, or where do you think? What do you think? Just initially,
it's way lower than I expected. So I'm very tempted to get in the market and try and get some more good. You know, like it's one of those where if you think you have some time, but you never know, that all it takes is a couple big wallets and they gobble these up. So you look at Thor, it didn't really pop off until the end of the week after the drop. Like it took like a week for it to really like season, and people like really doubled and tripled up that stacked commons on at like 30 gems, 30 to 5 gems or whatever. So yeah, this one could, because it's 10K, it could really get the supply can really dwindle fast. So I don't know, man. Like I'm definitely thinking about this one, and obviously I already got my secret rare Agamotto, so I'm not that liquid. But if I had those gems, I'd probably be thinking twice right now and probably be like, oh, maybe I should grab some of these more of these comics. But
yeah,
I'm happy with my decision. I'll grab some here and there, during the week if it stays in the 20s. If it's staying close to retail, I feel like it's a no-brainer because this is just such a epic cover too.
Yeah, totally. Dropped in this particular time too.
Yeah,
what do you think, Vibes?
It's right now it's competing almost directly, almost like gem for gem with Amazing Spider-Man '2, Amazing Spider-Man number I think 3, whatever, Sandman and Falcon. Vulture. They came out. Like the prices are almost like side by side. So I do think some people are kind of asking themselves, like, all right, if I was to hard stack one of these, would it be Black Panther? Would it be these other ones? I for this comic, like I do like Black Panther. I just have my eye closer on like Amazing Spider-Man and X-Men just personally. So that's why I kind of traded in. I just wanted the classic cover. I think that's the most cherished one that a lot of people like. Though I do like the Ultra a lot. Like the full color just looks amazing. But I just don't have the liquidity right now to like get that. And then all the other things I want to get as well. So at least like price-wise, I do think the 20 gem box price did probably hurt everything rare and below just because the price was so high. It's not a $7 comic, but it's probably a $10, and it probably would have performed a bit better and been slightly more profitable. Obviously, it didn't affect the ultra rare, secret rare at all because it's just the scarcity and just the way they look is awesome. So,
yeah,
not too sure how well it's going to perform. I know it's not, it's not like FA Thor or FA some of the other like big comics that we have, at least performance wise, like in real life. But who knows? Like sometimes these comics just perform very differently than how they do in real life, right? Sometimes they do the opposite of what they do. You look at Groot comic; it's so expensive because it's so scarce in real life. But like the comics don't really reflect that. They're still going for super cheap. I think commons are still like 5 gems or something like that.
Nick Fury is in the same boat.
Yeah, and these could. This comic could do better than we think, or it could do worse. It's so hard to tell right now, but the thing is, like, who was it? I think it was Veve Arcade or whatever. Said like, all it takes is one tweet, though. It's like all of a sudden, introduce a burn mechanic, introduce one thing, just something completely flips the whole market or a whole comic economy like on its head. So it's it's hard to say, but
well, Fambam, why do you think? And I, your guess is as good as mine, but why do you think they chose $20 on this one?
I don't know. You know how they're always saying that they're testing stuff out, and maybe they were trying to see that if it would be going for higher in the market, to charge $20 for it. So then it'll be but everybody was expecting this to do better than it did anyway. So I don't know. Was it a Marvel call or I don't know. I was wondering that myself because it's not like AF-15 or anything, which that one was 20, right?
Yeah, I think that one was fine. That one was 20 for sure. Was there any other $20 one? Was
ASM 300?
Yeah, I was going to say Spider-Man 300. That was also 20, right?
Yeah, I was looking at the.
Okay.
Yeah, do you remember if Spider-Man 4 and 2 were those?
Those were 10, right?
Yeah, 10. I think those were 10.
Yeah, those were 10. which is higher than $6.99. But those were 7,500 editions. That's the other thing. 2,500 less of those two comics. I think that's why, James, that this is like similar in price, because those ones are scarce. But they're also super valuable. And this one is, like obviously a big time book, right? And in this, okay, so before I go any further, anyone who's watching, if you haven't seen the Black Panther movie, please turn this off now, because I'm going to talk some spoilers. And you guys seen it?
Yeah,
I have not seen it, but you can spoil it. It's okay.
Yeah. Are you sure, Fan Bam? Because I don't want to spoil it for you if you know what. I'm not going to go into the huge plot and all that stuff, but there's something worth mentioning, right, with the future of T'Challa, right? And so anyway, there's your warning, everybody. Don't get mad if I spoil it, okay?
Get out of here.
Yeah. It's been out for months, okay? And it's on Disney Plus. So if you haven't seen it yet, well, oh well.
I was going to watch it over the weekend, but I didn't.
Well, you can still watch it tonight.
I could.
Time's too speed. Let's go.
We should actually watch it right now.
Let's all watch it together.
We should that would be a fun live stream, you guys, just watching a Marvel movie or a movie together, just everybody hanging out, eating popcorn, just watching. Anyway, that's for another day. But anyway, so at the end of this movie, which caught me by surprise, and I want to ask you guys what you think too, because in Fan Bam, you don't know this, but we find out that he had a son, and that his son is named the same as him. And Fan Bam, this is like, I didn't want to do
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I thought you were all like, no,
you ruined it.
but you find out, and it's the same name, so there's a prince, right? So what I love about that, okay, is that of course Chadwick's really sad passing was obviously not part of the MCU's plan. And like it's T'Challa, right? Like it's him, right? I mean, it's the comic book, and of course we love that Shuri became Black Panther. That was cool. Like she was awesome, and she'll have her run here while she's like of the right age. But it's like Peter Parker, like that's Spider-Man. Like T'Challa is Black Panther. So now they're going to continue that legacy, and he'll obviously take the mantle on at some point in the future. So so I heard people say that, because of the movie, because he passed away and everything, that there's no future for Black Panther really. And so this comic maybe shouldn't get the love it deserves, but no, there's going to be T'Challa like in the MCU, right? And this has nothing to do with even just the storylines in the comics that have nothing to do with the MCU storyline. So there's good news for people. If you've seen the movie, like T'Challa is going to be the Black Panther. It's going to be his son in the future. And that might take 5 or 6 years of movies, and then we'll get another relaunch of him. And that's going to be really cool. So you don't have to worry about this book and Black Panther, he's gone. They're not going to, it's just going to be Shuri now. No. So I want to give you guys thoughts on that. And you Fan Bam first, what did you think about the news? About this?
Well, that's really cool. You had a kid. I really like that. But
yeah, it was a reveal.
And I do think that's why, because I love Black Panther and I love like the collectibles. I have the full set, like it's one of my favorite sets and all. But I think that's part of why I haven't seen this movie yet, even though I really wanted to. But the part of him passing away in real life and all that, it's just like it's not the same kind of thing. Even though I've heard it's a great movie and everything, and I do plan on watching it. It's just I haven't. It's not. I think if he was still there and he was still in it, no doubt I would have been at the theater.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
well,
there's some good tributes in there for him, and I thought they weaved it in really well, and then they attached legacy to it because Mpax, I want to ask you, because we're big into the comics and the history and the storyline, and like you mentioned earlier in the stream how they changed Namor's complete backstory, like it's not at all what it is in the comics, which is interesting. But in the Twitter space I mentioned, I think they did a really good job with it, even though they totally switched it completely different. So sometimes when that happens in the books, in the comic books, and they take a movie and they do that, some fans don't like it, right? Some fans kind of don't want to go because. So this one right here, because of the untimely, passing, I love how they then reconnected it. Like surprisingly at the end, like they went, no, he's, it's going to be his son. Like it's what we're guessing, right? And he's got the same name, and he was like they kind of weaved that in right at the end. Because for me, as a comic book person who loves this Black Panther, like the male version of him, like the original Black Panther, and nothing against Shuri or anything, right? But that was important for me for future MCU, just like what you said, Fan Bam, about him not being there. What do you think, Mpax, about that?
With T'Challa, it felt like he was there the whole time. I felt like his presence in the film, because the beginning is emotional, the middle is emotional, and the end is very emotional. So it's like you have how the film is like structured, and like the dedication when they're going through the Marvel logo, like they do in every intro. Like you'll see the intro of the film, it's dramatic, and then you get that intro and the Marvel logo, and it's just silence, and it's just T'Challa, and it's just visuals of him throughout his career in the MCU. And then at the end, how it said it was dedicated to him. It was just really beautifully done, and I really think that we're gonna possibly see the first. Well, we're already seeing the first nominated performance with Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda, but we're gonna definitely have the chance that she wins that Oscar, because the performances by these actors were really good. I mean, it restored my faith in the MCU type of film that they did, because Thor wasn't. It didn't hit for me. The Love and Thunder. So this one,
even the screaming animals didn't hit for you.
No, it really was kind of a letdown. I've only seen it once, and that was it. I haven't rewatched it. It wasn't one that was like, oh, okay, this was a kick-ass Marvel film. But Wakanda Forever really set the bar high, because you didn't really feel like you were even watching a Marvel film. You just felt like you were watching a really good movie.
Yeah, I need to catch it. But that's one of the things too, is sad. If this, I will cry. Like, I will cry with sad stuff, and I don't like to like I'm a sad, but and so
I cried.
And then I was prepared, because I was in Alex's Don't AMA that one Friday night when Granis was the guest, and he was coming, and he was just leaving from watching Avatar, the second Avatar, and he was just like, "Oh, I cried like 3 times," and I'm like, oh my God, no, because I had tickets already purchased for the next day with my son. And I was like, no,
get ready.
And I'm like, a man is crying like 3 times. I can't handle this.
Get the tissue ready.
I got a bunch of Kleenex, and I'm waiting, and I was like, oh my God, this is it. And I was like, okay, no, it's not it. I just kept waiting for the moments that were going to make me. But then when the stuff does happen, I'm like, oh, this is it. This is it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie. I probably watched too many reviews on all these movies and stuff before I watch it on like YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like I just haven't seen it yet. Most of the time I just kind of forget. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch it, then I just forget and get busy with something else. It's overall, it's a good movie. Like the only bit of feedback I heard about, like on like YouTube or sometimes online, was just kind of like, all right, is this movie about T'Challa or Chadwick Boseman? And they're kind of like blurring the lines between the two. But I think that's kind of the point of the movie, right? It's like, would T'Challa really keep a secret about him just kind of like slowly dying? It's like, you're in charge of the most technologically advanced civilization. Like, superheroes that could literally warp reality, and you kind of keep it a secret. But I think it's more of a tribute to him. And then I also like the fact, because I didn't know this, but I mean, it's good to know about him having a son. I like the fact that there's kind of like a handing off of the torch. We kind of get a lot of that indirectly with like father-son stuff. It's like Iron Man and his like father. It's like we kind of get like a lot of flashbacks, and we hear a lot about him, but there's not like a full-fledged story, kind of like with T'Challa that we had the first time. And then all of a sudden now we see it with his son. Same thing with some other characters. I mean, you could even argue like Uncle Ben or something like that. He was a father figure to Peter Parker, and he, there's a lot of story with him until he got killed. And then, there's not a lot of father figures that are kind of like handing off the torch or directly related. That's kind of why I like the Miss Marvel show quite a bit, because like there was actually like a family. I'm like, holy shit, there's actually like a family involved. Like it's not just like a superhero with a tragic backstory, and like there's zero connection to the family. She's like trying to balance between like school and friends and family and like these new powers, and like how do I deal with all this at the same time? I thought that was super interesting.
Great. The shows, I've actually really been enjoying the Marvel shows. So like to see that they still got it with the film, I thought you'll like it. Vibes. I really think both of y'all.
I'll definitely.
Both of y'all,
I'll definitely
will like it. You're gonna watch it and come out being like feeling good though, like with where things are going.
Yeah.
Black Panther, you mean? Is that what you said? Yeah,
Black Panther. Yeah.
You walk out feeling good. Yeah.
Yeah, you do, because it's emotional at the end, but it's a good emotional. Like it's like you really, it's like MC said, it really caps it off in a beautiful way with the handing off of the torch, like Vibe said, and the passing of the mantle, like MC said. And then that's what always T'Challa preached. The Black Panther is a mantle. And, you know, there's a part where she takes the herb to become the Black Panther, Shuri. Yeah. She finally finds a way to like genetically do it thanks to what Namor gifted her. So she makes the herb again, which gives her the power of the Black Panther. And when she goes into that realm where you go when you first take the herb, you kind of like it's in that spirit realm. Well, yeah, that ancestral plane or whatever. Well, she doesn't see who you expect. She ends up seeing Killmonger. So it's pretty intense.
He's like cousin, right?
Yeah, it was like really intense. It shows that it is a mantle. All the Black Panthers are there, and out of all the Black Panthers that she was gonna see, it was Killmonger because she was in a mode of wanting revenge. She was pissed and angry. And I'm not going to say much more about what happens because I want you to have some stuff that is a surprise in the movie. So that
was good for that, for sure. Good for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very cool, right?
Yeah, there's some characters in the future I'm excited to see, and you know, the MCU or on Disney Plus and stuff like that, like Blade. I guess I was more of a, because I didn't even know Black, of course, before the MCU. Like, I didn't even know, I've heard of Black Panther, but I was always like, okay, like it's just some dude wearing all black that jumps around, probably just super athletic, like whatever. But now it's like a whole different perspective. I mean, that's all I knew back then. But I did like Blade. I think Blade would be kind of fun, and hopefully we get like more Moon Knight stuff. I wasn't the biggest fan, but I know there's a kind of a connection between like Moon Knight and Blade, since they're both kind of
Midnight,
you know, like Midnight Sun, that kind of stuff. So I do think it's setting a lot of that up.
The Blade is valuable. That's Tomb of Dracula #2, I think.
Yeah, it's a very cool comic. Look at this one. This one's going to be given away on my channel at some point soon. Midnight Suns 9.2. This is the part 6 of 6. And this is the...
You already promised it to me.
Ghost,
already.
This is just really cool. So, like, you know, that whole storyline's coming.
That is cool.
And I'm waiting until they do something with it before I give it out. But here, let me show you guys the comic that's going out today on the channel. So I'm giving one out to you guys in the chat. And in fact, I'll do it right now if you guys don't mind, because everyone's been kind of hanging out. And so let me just do this right here. Let me remove that. And it's a Black Panther comic. So hold on one sec.
Awesome. That's a theme.
It's not it's an Avengers comic, but so I'll do this after you guys, you know, head out and stuff. But I got some rewards for OMI today, right? Which is normal. So it's like 9,000. I'll get into this in a bit. I'm giving out a drop head to somebody to get a spot in that on 1,000 OMI today too. But this is the comic right here I'm going to give out. This is Avengers 356, which is this one right here, which is fun. You can see the Black Panthers up there jumping. It's so cool. His story takes place in Wakanda. Dope. Yeah, it's the death of the character called Cole Tiger, who basically decides to keep you know, Black Panther alive as opposed to dying. Like, and it's kind of it's a cool story. It's all in Wakanda, and the people who are in this story is crazy. The Black Knight is in this story. Okay, I mean it's loaded. Like Hercules is in this story, who we just saw. It's loaded with like future MCU people. And who knows, maybe the storyline, it's not really a key comic or anything, but I just love it because it's got all these people in it. And, of course, the Black Panther's right there on the top. So I'm going to give this one away in the chat right now. All you got to do is type in the chat, Black Panther rules, and then I will randomly just scroll the chat, and whoever we land on is going to win it. So type in the chat right now while we're hanging out, Black Panther rules.
Spam click, everyone.
Type. A minute or two for that, like maybe like a minute or two. So. Go ahead.
I want to shout out Tony. Get the OMI. He created an amazing crowd killer.
Yes.
And Max, he froze as soon as he was saying it. Can you believe that? What luck!
I've got his comic. I
got it. Yeah,
it's on OpenSea.
Is it still open? I remember hearing about it, but I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he's still got some available. It's really cool. I mean, creating your own comic NFT, and when you click on it, it unlocks, like it's unlockable content. It's very cool. It's very cool. Yeah. He gave one away here like a week ago in our live stream, right? So, and Pax, I'm gonna put you down here, and then you can come back whenever you're able to. He froze, guys.
I know. He's in timeout.
Yeah.
So what are your guys' so everybody keep typing in Black Panther rules. We'll do it in just a sec. So what are you doing today, Fam Bam? Like, what's your any other plans today?
Well,
Maybe surfing the market.
I need to do some house stuff, but other than that, no, I've been like, just on Twitter, my normal stuff, catching up on Discord things, and just
doing your thing. I know, James, I know, James, you've been working like during the days now, right? Congrats, buddy. That's great. And you've been doing some live streams at night, right?
Yeah, so I've been doing them at night. Not really like a schedule yet. I am taking on more responsibilities in my job here in the next couple of weeks. So once that happens, it's same hours, but just more stuff. So I'll probably be a bit more tired and all that. But it's nice to be back in the groove of like a normal job and all that stuff. I have to like budget my time instead of just like willy-nilly just throwing up streams and random videos and all that kind of stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was a lot of fun back then, like late 2021. Early 2022. that was a ton of fun. When we were like first making videos and stuff. But it's nice because it's nice that I'm actually going to be able to like put in money occasionally and like buy comics and stuff that I want, because I'm starting to steer more towards X-Men comics. I remember when David was talking about like, hey, there's going to be a point where there's going to be so many collectibles on the app, comics and collectibles, like you can't just buy them all unless you're a mega whale, right? So you kind of have to focus on what you like. And I'm like, you know what? I've always liked X-Men. I know there's a huge fan base out there for X-Men. I'm still going to go for Grails and other big drops with other IPs, but like whenever I seem to always have like, a few gems left, or I do see that one specific X-Men FA comic that's going for 2 or 3 gems, like, no, I'll just buy one more. I'll buy one more. And I just over and over and over and over. Yeah, exactly. So
can't go wrong.
I know.
Go ahead, man.
I was just thinking when David was, he did keep warning us that like, there's going to be so many drops coming up that you're not, and everybody's just like, yeah, whatever. Like, we want them all.
Yeah, who cares?
And now everybody's just like,
Todd, it's worth 10K right now. There's no way that. No, look at it now. Look at all.
Yeah. So I'm going to do this giveaway now. Okay, guys, here's how it works. This is how it always works. I'm going to close my eyes just with my mouse. I just scroll up and down in your guys' chat. Whoever lands on it wins the comic, and then you just got to DM me your shipping address. And I won't show up at your house. Don't worry. I won't show up and be like, hey, how's it going? Unless you live down the street, then maybe I will, but I don't know.
I got a comic for you.
Yeah, here's a comic with my trench coat. Okay, guys, you ready? Okay, here we go. I'm scrolling up. I'm scrolling down, scrolling up and down and around and up and down. And I'm stopping right there. And who do we land on? We land on Doctor Strange.
Let's go.
Nicely done. Congrats on the comic book. So you got to I think I have your address already, but you got to DM me. DM me your shipping address again, just in case, because then I have to go looking it up. It's just easier. And I'll shoot this out to you. Literally, I'm hitting the post office tomorrow. So you'll get the comic. Congrats.
That's awesome. You got two Black Panther comics today. Then you got a digital and a physical. The physical is going to take a while.
There you go, awesome. Guys. Nice. And let's give 1,000 OMI out in the chat too. But I'll let you guys go before I do that. I'm going to do 1,000 OMI because I have my OMI rewards today, right, to hand out. But where is Doctor Strange? Let us know you won. Otherwise, I'll do a rebound. I always need confirmation because sometimes people like leave, they didn't know they won, and then I can't get a hold of them, and then they don't get their comic. Yeah. So let me know. There he is. Nicely done.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. Sorry, he said, oh, MPAX's battery died. Oh, that's all right, man. It was awesome having you on. And we'll see you again next time. I'm going to get onto my rewards anyway, but it was great chatting with you. And of course, we'll chat with you, MPAX, in the, in the Twitter.
He did get to finish what he was saying. Tony get to OMI and he had his comic.
Yeah.
So at least you got that part out.
Yeah, we were talking with him about it for sure. And oh yeah, Chico Rocco's going on right now, guys. Do you guys know Chico Rocco?
Yeah, I've been
okay. Just a reminder. Let me just go to. I got to go to Chico Rocco right now because it's a free one. Let's go. Where is it?
Oh, okay. It's free.
It's free. So let's go. We got Chico and Rocco, the website. Thanks for showing. Okay, here we go. Collecting now for free. It's a Lapka. I'm a human. Yes. What? A daisy in a pot. Is that a daisy right there?
Yeah.
Daisies? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Okay, good. Oh, look, there's one. I got a Lapka. It's free. Look, guys. Woo! Right.
Oh, nice.
You already had an account with them?
I do, yeah. And let me just go here. Here's another one. From yesterday. Oh, this is another one.
Ooh, that's
Oh no, I already collected this one. Okay, it's a look at the detail, you guys. Look. So what these are
really cool.
is I was on the Twitter Spaces a couple weeks ago, and they were all Chico and Roccoing and screaming and everything about it. And I was like, "What are they talking about?" It's so funny. It's just a way. It's just an NFT site. It's free, and you just get an account and everything. And then they do a drop every day, like a free drop every day at noon Pacific time. And then you get like these little dudes, and you don't have to pay or anything. And then once you get every time you get one of these, you get like a little piece of gold or whatever. And then I have 26 now because I've collected 26 of these because I've gotten a few like at different times. And then in your collection, I'll just do it like this. Look, I got all these little dudes, these little, they're just fun, right? And they're like legit NFTs, right? And you can see there's you can put them in AR using your phone. Like if you just go to the website on your phone, you can actually AR them like Veve, and you can put it on your coffee table. But look at this little 8-ball dude. And if you get in early, like right away, you can get, like if you do it right at noon, you try to get the lowest mint number. This one I got 270, but most of the time I forget, and it's 5 minutes after, and I get like number 15,000 or something. And some I don't get because some are actually very rare. And then they have a little marketplace you can sell them. But I'm not like, that's about it. For me, there's nothing else other than that. It's not like it's a money-making thing. It's just fun. And I don't know what we're going to do with these things, but if you go on Twitter, you'll see the Twitter Spaces. People are like, usually the Veve Spaces around this time, like the bus stop or a couple other people, they're all doing Chico Rocco at noon, and they just scream it out. It's ridiculous. So anyway,
those are cute.
That's about it.
Have a plan?
Nice.
That's the end of the show. No.
Do they have like a plan or anything for those?
Yeah, I don't really know what the plan is, but I know that they're, I think it's just a fun free thing for now. Mm-hmm. But there is a YouTube channel where the guy talks about it. It's all just kind of goofy fun, and the interoperability of them. I believe they're through what site are they through? Rareable or something like that, or I don't exactly. But so I think you should be able to put these into the Veveverse from apparently you should be able to like have them sitting at your door, and they're just goofy fun, right? So. Anyway, that was funny. I just didn't realize it was noon, right? So,
Well, I'll hop off here in a few minutes. I just had a quick question for you, Mycollectables. What is there any like would you call like a B or C tier like hero or villain you would like to see on Veve, either like comic book or
I want to
like lesser known ones that not everyone knows about, but it would just be like cool to have it.
I want to see the Punisher. I love the Punisher growing up with his like black suit and his skull right there. And that comic, that Spider-Man comic, I think it's like number 140. I can't remember what number it is again, 147 or something. Anyway, his first appearance is really cool. We could get that. And like, I like, John Barenthal, the guy who was in The Walking Dead, played him in the TV series. And it was super bloody and violent. And I don't always like that kind of show, but I thought it was amazing. And apparently he's still going to be like, the Punisher, and he's hooked up with the Daredevil and Spider-Man so much. He's a character that I really loved growing up and really loved. So yeah, if we get him in the app, imagine a Punisher with like his skull and his guns and stuff as a 3D or just his comic. That's what I'd like. Yeah,
if whoever did the art for Ghost Rider, I would love for them to do that similar art style for Punisher. When Spider-Man's like hanging upside down, he's like in the scope or whatever. For me, like I'm a big X-Men fan, so for me it's like there's a lot of. First I was thinking Juggernaut, but I'm like he's been in like the movies and stuff, but like not a lot of people know about like Silver Samurai or like Omega Red. There's some like really interesting villains that are just like, and we still have a lot of good comics. Like people think it's like, okay, we have AF-15 that's top 2 or 3 Marvel comics literally of all time, but there's a lot of good ones. I know I see Sleeping in here. It's like we still don't have first appearance Silver Surfer. We have the collectible, but we don't have the comic yet. But there's a lot of first appearance comics that we're just waiting. Hulk, Wolverine, Punisher's up there, but he's not like Hyper Grail or anything like that. But there's a lot of good ones. Even the other day I was looking like first appearance Juggernaut. I'm like that one's like, oh, that's actually going for like a decent little price too. There's still a lot of comics that could still show up.
So, it never ends. And Fam, you brought up Nintendo briefly, like Mario.
Oh yeah, it's nuts.
Oh my god,
that would be freaking.
Is that what you're looking for the most, or what are you looking for? Like if I piggyback off of
favorite Nintendo character, what would you buy? What would be like? Oh my god, I have to get this if they dropped it.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh gosh, there's so many. Mario would be great. I like Kirby. Kirby's a little cute little guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Luigi.
Yeah.
And you went for Mario and you got Luigi instead. You'd be like,
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. There you go. It's funny. I was watching a YouTube video yesterday. My daughter and I were watching, for some reason, 80s video games or something, because I was telling her about this old arcade I used to go to when I was a kid. And it all related to a swimming pool I used to swim at. And then there was a big arcade beside it. And after I had swam, I'd go over there. And my mom would give me some quarters and I'd go. And it was like 80s arcade, right? Because I grew up in the 80s. And I was telling her, oh, this is the best place ever. Because down in a town nearby where I live, there's actually a retro 80s arcade that's been created. It's called Quasars. It's like this crazy, really fun 80s. It's got pinball and everything, all the classic games. And so I was like, I used to go there after swimming and blah, blah, blah. And anyway, then we were kind of on YouTube watching 80s. Like I tried to find the arcade, like on YouTube, like the actual arcade, because it's gone. And because you never know, right? Maybe somebody uploaded a video of like that exact arcade, right? So anyway, we were looking at it. And then, of course, all these other games came up. And Mario started in Donkey Kong, right? Like a lot of people, most people know that, but a lot of people don't, that like Donkey Kong was dropping the barrels down. And that was like Jumpman. But that Jumpman became Mario. And of course, like the princess up there was Peach, right? So like, so they all came from Donkey Kong, right? And I played Donkey Kong in the arcade about 10 years ago in Seattle. A friend of mine went down just for a weekend just to hang out. And we ended up in this like kind of pub. And there's like nobody there. It was a Sunday night. It was a holiday for Canada, but not in the United States. So no one was there on Sunday. And they had Donkey Kong there, and we were having like Rainier beers, that's West Coast beer. And we played Donkey Kong at like 12 at night, and it was damn hard. Like it was not easy. The original arcade, we pumped quarters into it. I couldn't get past like level 3 when you're going up and down these little like tiny things.
Oh yeah,
it was hard. I was like, why is this so hard? Anyway,
I bet the beers didn't help either. But yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, the beers helped. Oh, the Rainier beers.
Oh, did it? Okay, good.
Tall can for $2, and it's like basically drinking like water, basically. Anyway, guys, I'll let you go because I got to get on to my giveaways.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, Vibes. We'll see you later for sure. And I guess you'll be doing a few lives at night this week, I hope, because I like to watch.
Yeah, and actually in about 2 hours, just shy of 2 hours, I'll be doing a stream. So
okay, there you go, everybody. Vibes doing a stream in 2 hours, and Fan Bam, we'll see you too. Hopefully, you're doing some big stream soon too.
Heck yeah, we'll do something. And everybody, go hit the like button.
Yeah, do that.
Thanks, guys.
And donate $50. All right, see you. Bye.
No. All right, Bam Bam. We'll see you later. Good to see you again.
You too.
Okay, bye. Oh man, that was fun. That was a good discussion, you guys. Thanks for sticking around and having some fun right there. And we got Sleeping in the house. How you doing, Sleeping? Good to see you too. Amazing Spider-Man 129. That's the Punisher one. Exactly. That's the one that I want. I really love that comic, and as a kid growing up, Punisher was one of my favorites, especially when he came out with his own solo comic series. And that uniform, or that outfit, so cool. So I would love that too, for sure, right? Now, anyway, let's get on to this right here. I gave this away to Doctor Strange, so let's going to do something right here. Today, we do have the Eco Club. Now, I do have 1,000 OMI for someone in the chat. And also, just so you know, on Tuesday coming up, I'll have my comic book rewards on the channel. And 2 comics I'm going to give out during those rewards. Okay, let's scroll down here. So I'm going to give out one of these facsimile editions right here to my members of my channel of Fantastic Four 52. So this will go out to a member of my channel on Tuesday. So make sure you tune in on Tuesday. You might win this comic. That would be great. And then I'm also going to give out this 1950s Uncle Scrooge, because we just had that Uncle Scrooge comic come. So I dug one up. This is the same artist. It's very similar in time period. And it's Uncle Scrooge in his old wishing well. It's super fun. 1954. So these are going to go out on Tuesday. So I just want to give you a little preview. And there's going to be a bunch of other comics that we do as well that are going out on that Tuesday stream. But today is the OMI rewards. So 1,000 OMI is going to go to you guys in the chat. So if you want to right now win 1,000 OMI, type in the chat, I want OMI. Okay, I want OMI. That's your entry. And if you win, you just got to DM me your wallet address and I'll get you your 1,000 OMI. So type it into the chat and I'll go up and I'll explain the OMI rewards to people right here. I'm also going to give a spot away for the OMI rewards today because we got another 9,000 OMI that's going out to my members, but you have to own a drop head to get into the normal draw that happens every week. And also at Discord, we have weekly stuff in the middle of our Discord channel. So if you're a member of the channel, I did see that Kobe Collects gifted some memberships today. So if you did grab one of those, make sure you DM me and let me know that you grabbed one. And I'll verify that you're a member. And I'll get you your drop head that gets you into these weekly rewards. So this one's going to go out after I give the 1,000 OMI. I'll give this one to somebody and then they'll get a spot. This gets you a spot. And the reason why is because it's this little eco logo, I call it, on his shirt. And that gets you into this right here, which is the draw. This is the master entry list. So this never changes. It just keeps adding spots for people who get more and more, or new people who don't have a drop head. They get added here. Once you're on this list with a drop head, you're on the list forever and you could win every week. You don't have to do anything after you first join. I just get you on Discord and I get you to enter your mint number in a certain channel we have. And then I add you to the master entry list. And every week I refer to this list. And it's just a random number generator. It lands on whoever is in a spot. And the more drop heads you have, the more spots you get. Very simple. And like I said, you get a free spot for joining the channel as a member. And the channel membership's $1. So, I mean, like, really, it's just a lot of fun. But I'll get somebody another spot right here. But right now, we're going to do this for someone in the chat. For you guys hanging out, I appreciate that. I'll give you guys another 10 seconds. And then I will, reward 1,000 OMI to our good friends right here. And that was a lot of fun. I love when people come on the channel and we chat and we talked about the comic and the movie and stuff like that. So here we go. Another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm scrolling up, scrolling down, scrolling up and down and around and up, down, and I'm stopping right there. And who do we got? It's actually Jermaine Moultrie. Jermaine, you win the OMI, the 1,000 OMI. There you go. You want Oki? It's OMI. Jermaine, you win this one right here. So all you got to do, Jermaine, let me know now that you saw that you won. Okay, let me know that you saw you won. And then all you got to do, there you go, Jermaine. He wants Oki, not OMI. It's a different coin, right? That's a different coin. It's an altcoin, an Oki coin. Part of the Okie Dokie project. But anyway, DM me on either Instagram or Twitter, or if you're already in my Discord, and your wallet address. This is just basic OMI layer 1, and I just send it over. So if you have like a MetaMask, that works well. I just transfer it over to you and you're done. That's all you got to do. So just do that at any point today and I'll get that over to you right away. So there's the 1,000 OMI for Jermaine. Now let's do the drop head number 1. So this is drop head 1 from my my first collection. I have 2 collections, right? The second drop heads are a little bit more powerful. They give you a spot in all my rewards if you get a drop head number 2, like from the second collection. But the first collection is the original collection that we did in April. And this one right here will get you into the OMI rewards today. So someone will get a spot. And I got another spot for you guys in the chat. So the chat, you could still win OMI if you stick around for a few minutes, but you have to be here for that. This one right here is number 984, this little punky dude, drop head punk. So type in the chat right here, drop head 984. Just type that in the chat if you want a chance to get another spot. And once you get this, your spot on the list is permanent. So drop head 984, right? And so type that in the chat. We'll just give you a second. And what I'll do with this one is I'll just transfer this to you. These are on the OpenSea, and so you need like a MetaMask, basically. They're on the Polygon, blockchains or network or whatever. And then, I will transfer this over to you after the stream, but you don't need to have it right now. I'll just put you on the list, whoever wins. So type it in here, drophead 984, and you'll win this one. Super fun with this comic that went out to Doctor Strange, hey? Look at that. Nicely done. I love it. I'm heading to the post office with all the rewards from the last week or so from the comic book rewards that have gone out on the channel. We've had a lot of fun and sent out a lot of really good stuff. So, and once Veve transfers come back, we'll unlock some giveaways for that if that ever happens. Hopefully that happens one day. Okay, drophead 984 We're going to go right now. We'll see who gets this extra spot right here. You guys ready? Okay, let's go. I'm scrolling up, down, and around, and up and down, and around and up and down. I'm going to stop right there. And who wins this one? It's actually Veve Dell. Veve Dell, you win another drop head. Nicely done. Okay, cool. So we'll get you that. If Veve Dell, if you actually just, like you're in our Discord. So just DM, just paste your wallet address there again, or you can do it as a DM on Twitter, and I'll send this one over to you just after. So congrats, Veve Dell. Now we'll add you to the list right here. Okay, so you get number 1145. Okay. That's your new spot right there, added to your existing spots that you already have from before. Now in the chat, you guys. So congrats, Veve Dell. I know you're you're on our Discord already. There you go. Let us know that you won though, just to make sure. Just to double check. Let us know, Veve Dell, that you got it. There you go. Okay, we got confirmation. Nicely done. Okay, I'll see you obviously on Discord for sure, right? And you'll just give me your wallet address. I'll just transfer it over, like I said. So here is the master list. These are all people who own drop heads, and you can see the live stream right here. This is for you guys. So if when I do the generator right now, there's two 1,000 OMIs, there's a 2,000 OMI, and there's a 5,000 OMI prize right now. If I get number 1111 on the random generator, someone in the chat will win it. That's all it's going to take. So we got 1145 is actually the list. I mean, it's actually the amount of entries we have, which is insane. It's crazy. I love it. Okay, let's stop that. I'm going to go to the generator. This only takes a minute, and then we'll wrap it up and chat just a little bit more about a few different things before we head out of here, right? So anyway, let me go to the random generator. Let's go. Okay, bring it up on screen just a second. Okay, I'm just gonna reset the generator here to make sure it's all good to go. There we go. Let's bring it up. And we'll see who wins some OMI. It's going up. OMI's been going up in value the last few days, so who knows? You win 1,000 OMI here. I don't know how much it's going to be worth one day, but it's all good fun, and you just have to be a drop head holder, right? So here we go. 1145. This one is for 1,000 OMI right here. Let's see who wins it. 679. I'll refer to the master list, and I'll show you guys who wins. 679, right? That is Yada Dog. Yada Dog, you win 1,000 OMI to start. So congrats to Yada Dog. And I'll post these up on my Discord so people know that they won. You don't have to be here at the live stream to win the weekly rewards. I just like to do them live so people can see who won. So that's for 1,000. Now the second 1,000 goes to number 2. Who is number 2 on the list? This is great. This is super early. Oh, it's Boolin. Boolin gets it as the number 2, the second drop had ever sold in history. Boolin gets that one. Nicely done. Okay, so that's another 1,000 OMI right there. Okay. Boolin.eth. Okay, now we have a 2,000 OMI prize. Let's see who gets this one. 766. Okay. And I'll show you guys the winners in just a second. Like I said, 766. That goes to Painful Monkey, who just won a comic actually yesterday, or sorry, not yesterday, but just the day before on our comic book rewards. So Painful Monkey wins 2,000 OMI. And then we have one more 5,000 OMI prize. Here we go. Painful Monkey. There we go. And one more right here. This is for 5,000. Okay, let's generate it. 704. Let's see who wins that. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to the list here behind the scenes. 704. Okay, and that's Dub. Dubola. You win. Congratulations. You win the 5,000 OMI this week. There we go. So, there we go. Perfect. Now I'll show you guys who won. So thanks for that. Those are the giveaways. Okay. So let me just get rid of that right there. Bang. Oh my God. That's tragic right there. And I'm going to go to Veve right there as well, just to see if they do any kind of announcement right here. But let's stop that. Let's present, and I'll show you who won. So here are this week's OMI reward winners. Okay, for the actual, for the OMI club, for the Eco Club, we call it. Yada Dog wins 1,000. Boolin wins 1,000. Painful Monkey wins 2,000, and Dub wins 5,000. So I will put this up into the chat. Sorry. into the Discord, and then they can just post their wallets at any time they're comfortable throughout the week, and I will then just transfer over their OMI. Simple as that. That happens every week, you guys. So let me just now, we'll switch gears here. So thank you for everybody for coming out. There you go. Yeah, the dog. Congrats to everybody for sure. Congrats, Boolin. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys being a part of the club, right? So that's awesome. So with the comics, here's my 4 and 3 digit mint run. Like I said, from Veve. This is what I've been like putting together over time. I finally picked up the Marvel Comics #1, 87.92. This was a couple days ago, so I got that. And I got the Fantastic Four #52 down here, number 723. I picked up that this morning. So this is looking really nice. Now, the only thing I got to do is down here, I actually have to add the Duck comic. So if I actually go, because that was actually from the 50s. And so I don't know if I actually have that. I don't have that comic, but let me just look it up right here. Let's take a look and see what that one's going, because these are all Marvel comics, but that comic is a golden and silver age, right? So let me just remove that. And I'm going to bring up Veve again right here. We can actually go and check it out. Okay, let's go here. Oh, that's the wrong. Hold on a second. Bear with me, folks. Oh, there it is. There's the window. I got like 75 windows right now open behind me. Just, trying to organize stuff. Here we go. So we got that. Okay, so let's go. Let's actually, there's the Fantastic Four. Let's actually look up that Duck comic right here. Uncle Scrooge, Back to the Klondike. So I don't want any of these other variants. I only want the common. It's going for $5.99. I mean, God, talk about cheap. So let me just scroll down here, see if there's a 3-digit. Why not, right? If it's cheap, if there's a 3-digit somewhere near the floor, I'll add it to my silver golden age, and then it will complete that graphic. And we'll do that right here. Let me just scroll. Where is a 3-digit? There's got to be one on the floor. Okay, let's switch it. Let's go to edition low right here. Okay, I don't want number 187, as beautiful as that is. I don't want that. I don't want any of these. I want it cheap, super cheap. Actually, I'll get a chance to read it too, which would be fun, right? Because I haven't actually read that comic yet. Let's scroll. We got a $20 one. 20 is too steep for me. 28, yeah. 16.99, maybe. 18, yeah. 18, 19, 14. There's the cheapest I've seen so far is 14. Okay, let's keep it. Let's get it even cheaper. Let's go. Let's get it cheaper. It doesn't look like I'm going to get cheaper. There's 14.71. So still 14.25 is the cheapest for a 3-digit. There's a 14. Yeah. Oh, look at that. $9.99 for $39.99. That's interesting. I think I'll wait, you guys. I think I'll wait. I think I'll get it cheaper later. I'm going to do the same thing I did with my Marvel comics. I'll just be patient. I'm not going to buy one today if it's not. I'll get a 3-digit at some point on this one. This Uncle Scrooge. I haven't read that one, so I don't know, right? But let's just check it out before we go right here. So we got Fantastic Four right here. By the way, did somebody just posted, right? Because this is what happens when these show up for sale. Somebody posted. So did somebody just post a 3-digit right here on the floor? Anybody post a 3-digit for $5.99? Anybody? Any takers? Probably not. I tried. Here we go. So we got this right here. Let's just double check the numbers again. So 23 seems just fine. Like, that's sort of where I thought it would be. I got to be honest with you guys. If you watch my predictions, these are kind of spot on. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. Sometimes I'm way off, but they're pretty spot on from where I thought it would be. Just under 20 for this one. Just over retail for this one because the 20 gem price is high, for me. And so, this one I thought would be around 40. So this one's a little bit lower than I thought it would be. This one here, I thought it'd be around 130, 120. So a little bit lower than where I thought this would be, the ultra rare. But if this one's still around 500, 600, yeah, this is exactly where I thought it would be. I don't know why. Just by chance, this is where it's at. So very beautiful comic. We'll see where it goes from here. But like I said, I do have a 3-digit. And if I actually looking if they have cheaper 3-digits, we'll see. Look at this. $1,500 for the 189, but $949 for the 187. And that's the lowest. We now have confirmation that the 187 is the lowest mint that was released anyway. Not the lowest mint in existence. Remember that. but the lowest that was released, right? So we scroll down. I just want to take a quick look at these low mints right here. 140 for a 230. That's not bad. There it is. There's one under 100, number 257. That's not bad. I paid 59 for mine. So we'll see where the prices go from here. Number 8, there's 85's the cheapest. You know, I kind of put them all together. Once you start getting under sub 500 mints, it actually gets quite a bit more valuable, but at least people try to sell it for higher. There's an 83. There's a 77 for number 450. That's actually not bad because that's a clean number right there. But like I said, I paid 59 so earlier on. So let's scroll a bit. There's a 68, 66. These aren't bad. These three right here, if you're looking at a 3-digit, you know, just to add, there's a 59 right there, number 601. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. I would have picked that. I think mine's 700 and something. So that's pretty good. 59 right there. And then 60. If it goes under 59, there's another 59, but it's higher mint. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. There's a 56. That's okay. I paid 59, so that's not bad. And then there's a 49. That's pretty good. I would have bought that if I waited a little bit, or this one. But I did get a bit of a lower mint number. There's a 49. Anything lower, there's a 48. 44. That's not bad at all, actually. And then rounding off the top. Yeah, so it looks like this one is the cheapest 3-digit you can find right now. 894. So it might go cheaper in the coming days or even coming hours. I mean, I don't know, right? But I like to look at it too, right? So NOS isn't 186. Is 186 the lowest mint run? Okay, let's just quickly do this right here. Good question. Let's just check it out. It says in the Medium article. Okay, let's scroll down right here. It is 186. Okay, thank you, NOS, for pointing that out. I thought it was 187. It's 186 is the lowest mint for a 10K run. So there you go. And it's good that they do that now, that we actually see that, right? So Smarty Pants, how you doing? Bought an Amazing Spider-Man 4 Ultra Rare mint 430 for $90, which is only $20 above the floor just a little while ago. Nicely done. Fantastic snipe. Number 430. Wow. That's crazy. And it was an ultra rare. That is awesome, man. So number 180, congrats on that. 186 is the lowest common run for a 10,000. Okay, so that's good to know. I appreciate that. So anyway, let me just refresh this really quick to see if there's any announcements. I don't see any announcements right now. I'm looking for a Lambo announcement, but I don't see one. So we'll see what happens, right? Sven, watching Iron Man 2, which comic is the first Veve War Machine or Rodney? First appearance of War Machine. Well, we have that one on Iron. We have that one on the app. We have it's what is it, 118? So we actually have. I just had to think about it for a second. It's here. So it's Iron Man, right? This one. Where is it? What? That's not what I clicked on. What are you talking about? Come on. Okay, we'll go. We'll do it here. We'll do it here. Let's go this way. We'll just sort by alphabetical. Okay, so Sven, it's let's scroll down. Let's go. Come on, load. I want to go faster. Faster. Right here. Rhodey. I believe this is his first appearance, okay? From Iron Man 2. So first appearance of James Rhodey Rhodes. Iron Man 118, right here on the app. So we got it already, so that's cool. Nos, when you hang out with CB, you have to know the lowest public mint. Shout out to CB. Yeah, if you guys aren't in Twitter Spaces, you gotta be, because those sniping spaces are fun, and CB is a legend. So are you, Nos, of course, right? So it's exactly right. Rare Grind Beats, how you doing? Just negotiated a seller of this comics rare cover down to $60. Low 3-digit. Nicely done. Very cool. Very cool. Matt, would you buy 1 common AF-15 or 6 Journey into Mystery 83 right now? Oh man, that's a good question. So it really depends on what your plan and strategy is. If you're thinking like long term, having multiples of Jim 83 might be a smart move, because you'll have some liquidity later when it goes up and you'll be able to sell. So that's probably the thing if you're looking to gain gems. I personally could do that, but I keep just focused on AF-15 myself, because it's so, it's just such a monster. Jim 83 is definitely undervalued, but at the same time, it's valued exactly what the Veve community thinks it should be valued right now. So it is what it is. So we'll be hoping that over time it goes up, especially in a bull run. You know, that Gem 83 is going to get higher, but so is AF15. So the question I always ask is, if I'm looking at it from pure profit potential, which one will double first? You know, is it more likely that Gem 83 doubles to like what, 100? Or is it more likely that AF15 doubles to 800? Because AF15 has been at 800 before, and Gem 83 has never been to 100 yet. So it's really, you know, that kind of question. So if you're looking at it just straight up from gains, I would probably choose the 6 gems, you know, myself, if I was going to do that. But just for pure, like, you know, for the best comic, I mean, it's AF15. So that's a really good question. And these are the choices we have right now in the app. So I love that. Let us know what you decide to do. It's F.A. Rhodes, not War Machine. Yeah, that's right. It's just Rhodes. So I don't know what comic is the War Machine first appearance. Does anybody know for sure? I really don't know. But that's at least it's Rhodey. At least it's Rhodey Rhodes. Yeah, the Secret War series, you got, yeah, the collection for sure, right? It's just kind of, I mean, I do like the ultra rare. Like, I don't give this credit. I don't give this comic like any attention whatsoever, mostly. But I actually do really like that cover. I like the realism of it. It's quite nicely done. I really dislike just the common. It's just the way I am. I just do not like the common cover on that, because his pants are all flying around in his face and everything. Just doesn't appeal to me, but you know, it's a key comic, you know, for a lot of reasons, right? But here's my recent purchases right there. Like I said, I got the Ultimate Fallout and the Amazing Fantasy Ultra Rare. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And I'll show this right here. Let me just show you before I leave. This will be the last thing I do. So I'm going to put this out on Twitter pretty quickly here with the new comics. So look for this. I'll tweet this out. You can use it as a guide. Here, this is my collection right here. But what I'm going to do is here's the Spider-Man comics right there. Here's my Amazing Fantasy. Look at this. It's all complete. I have to add another row now, and I definitely will. I'm going to have to make them really small, but these are all mine with their mint numbers. And you can see the ultra rares now take the top spot. The rare has been bumped over to my top row right there. And then I have all these uncommons right there, which is fun. But I'll tweet this out. But this is what I was going to talk about, was to tweet this out. I'll tweet this one out pretty much now. I'm just going to double check the prices. But here they are. Here are all the Silver Age. I have to add the Duck comic in here, and it will be a fully complete, nice square. And it'll have all the prices of the current Gold and Silver Age books. And then you guys can like check it out and have some fun and use it as a checklist if you want. These are just the common covers, right? But you know, I always like looking at them. I like seeing where they're at. There's tons of other great comics on the app, like the Miles comics and the Bronze Age stuff. And I usually do a graphic of the Bronze Age stuff as well, which is actually right here. These are the Bronze Age, but I haven't updated this in a bit. So I'll probably later today update the Bronze Age for you as well and shoot that out so you can use it as a guide or a checklist of all the stuff from that era. And you can see that Iron Man is like right there, right? But you can pick up this whole collection for cheap. I got to tell you, I mean, some of these comics are fantastic and worth a lot of money in the real world. And you can see like up here, they're super cheap on Veve. So, and then of course, there's that Spider-Man with the hammerhead up there. I mean, that one is that's the tough one out of that whole group if you want to get those. But I'll put that out a little bit later today, which is a lot of fun, right? So anyway, I wanted to let you guys know, thank you so much for coming out. We'll see what they announce over the next coming days. Stay tuned, because if they announce something big, I'll definitely do some vids on it. And come back on Tuesday, because I'll be having my live stream on Tuesday with my comic book rewards. And like I said, I'll be giving a couple of good ones out that day for people in the chat. So if you want to stop by, that'd be fun. And between now and then, if you join as a member, you'll get a spot in the comic book rewards. I'll get you that NFT. If you want to get a couple more spots, that's cool. Because I'm only ramping it up with, you know, I tell you, I was showing FX before the stream, but all this is going out to the chat. Look, there's an Uncle Scrooge right there from the 50s. So all this is going out to my members right here. I mean, it's fun, right? Like, look at this. Look at this one. I showed these before. Look at Supervillain Team Up, Dr. Doom and the Submariner. Supervillain Team Up #1. So that was pretty cool. That one's going out. And then I got like, look at this Superman right here. I mean, they're just good fun, right? Like, we got more. We got new stuff, old stuff. I mean, Doctor Strange, you know, like, I don't know. All sorts of good. Look at this. Wolverine. This is going to go out right here. Tons of Silver Age stuff. All this stuff's going to go out to my members. Look at these. Look at these. Submariner right here, number 14 right there. Thor. Look at all these. Iron Man. These are like all bronze and silver age. So these will all go out to people in my chat over the next coming weeks. Look at this one right here. Look, there he is with this blue girl right here, right? His bride. She was just in that Black Panther movie, right? So that's pretty cool. So, stay tuned. We'll have a lot of fun over the coming weeks, and we'll see what Veve drops. Anyway, you guys have yourself a great day. Happy Sunday. Happy collecting. Thanks for coming out, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.